Hello, my creative friend, and welcome back to Diary of a Creative Therapist. I'm Garjana, and today I want to invite you into the space between almost done and not quite there yet. It's another video of my 100 takes in 100 days, and I'm down to the last 8. If you ever have tried a long project like this, you might know how distressing this can be. So I thought today, let's try to calm down together. To have a coffee, to have a sip, to feel the warmth, to smell it, to taste it. As a therapist, I often stretch to my clients how important it is when we are distressed to reconnect with our senses. What we can see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. So today I would like to make 5 takes with you where texture is the most important feature. We will also add a coffee-themed focal point. Here we have it. It's from Making and Creating, and a little tag with a word or an affirmation. So for now I have to go and fussy cut all these little images, and then I come back to you. And here we are. I couldn't help myself. I cut them all out. I only need 5, but look how cute they are. Oh, I love coffee. Maybe you're more kind of a tea person, but it doesn't matter if it is coffee or tea. It's like the pause that comes with having a break, having a coffee or a tea. Okay, let's start with our first tag. I love to start with lace. There's something about the openness and softness that immediately captures my attention. It feels so delicate but not fragile, like a kind of quiet strength. And I think I would like to make a pocket out of this one. And I prepared a tiny tag from the same background, not the white one, but one of the other backgrounds that could go nicely in there. Here, can you see? When I go over with my thumb, it's so soft, but also like riffly at the same time. Sometimes the words are lost on me. I think I meant rough or something like that. Riffly. But it's like the sensation on the thumb. Do you know what I mean? It's riffly seems to be a word. Here I'm using art glitter glue to glue down the fabric. Art glitter glue is a really strong glue that allows me to attach fabric really strongly to the paper tag below. Okay, now I need to make sure that I can hold it in place, and I have these clamps, and I will do this on both sides. This tag reminds me that even if we are nearly done, we still have a bit to go, and we need some steadiness to get to the finishing line. And yeah, it's not done yet. So there are steps we have to do, and then we have to wait. We have to put it to the side, and it will take the time it takes. Here's my little tag that can go in there. And as I said before, I would like to add like a focal point, like a cup of coffee, or here the coffee maker, to each of the tags. Let's see which one would be nice. It's a little bit large. How is that one? Oh, that looks okay. That one, maybe that one. That one it is. Do you know this? Sometimes you have this gut feeling, you put it down and you think, no, it's clearly this one. And here, my Distress Oxide ink. I'm using vintage photo. And if you followed me for a while, you know that there is nothing I do without my vintage photo distress oxide ink. It always, I find every project looks nicer when we go around the outside with the distress oxide ink. So of course I am doing it here as well. And so here we go. The coffee cup is like a gentle pause, I find, and it's like it reminds me that I don't have to rush, that I can take a pause and have a sip here of my coffee. So let's have a look. I have this ribbon. It's a more sturdy ribbon, and I think I would like to put it on top, maybe here. With our tags, what I often like to do is punch a hole here with my crocodile on the top and then add an eyelet or a little bit of lace or just a string to finish it off. Here I'm using my white eyelet. But this is decoration, that's just taste. And I spoke about it, like today with the tags, I would like to have them very tactile, the different sensations on my fingers that I can push things in, pull them out, and really be physically involved with my tag, because when I'm distressed or nervous or anxious, my mind is racing, and one way to get myself back into a calm space is by working with my hands or feeling something, or as I said before, being in contact with my senses. I literally like to feel my way through my craft projects. I hardly ever have a plan really beforehand, like a vague idea where it goes, but from there it's really allowing my hands to make decisions, like really feeling my way through it. Like here, it's before I thought I'm using the ribbon in the wider in this wider form, but then I realized no, it's too wide, and then I cut it in half and put it in there, so the little coffee cup in there, and it's such a great feeling on my thumbs to go over there. Okay, so the only thing that is missing now is the little affirmation or a little quote, and I need to cut it straight. I'm always a little bit challenged in having my cut out quotes straight. And here my distress oxide ink again. And here this little quote says, or word says, steady. Because when we are wanting to finish a project but are not quite there yet, here it's take number 93, like not quite at the 100, we need to continue. And for me it's good to know I don't have to rush. Just step by step will get me there. And when we are close to finishing something, whether it's a big project or just a long day or so, I find it's easy to shift into overdrive. But steadiness isn't about pushing through. It's about regulating our nervous system. At least that's what my therapist head wants to tell me, like finding rhythm and reconnecting with the sense of grounded presence. So whatever that means. But soft textures like lace and the scent of coffee or tea, even the feel of the paper under my hands. So these small sensory cues help me bring me back into my body. And that's where I begin to feel calmer. And if you like, you might use this moment to reflect a little bit together with me. Maybe think about, where do you need to stay steady today? Where do you need a little bit of calmness today? But let's go to the next texture. This one I really, really, really love. This one here is the tape from a rug. Like here, can you see rug gripper roll? And I glued the dried tea bag on top of it. Here, if you can see, it is adhesive from both sides and it has this beautiful texture. And because it is adhesive, you can just glue the dried tea bag on top of it. That's what I did here. And so I really like to use one more of my tags, and let's see how we want to do this. Again, I'm feeling my way through. What I would like to do, because again, I like the feeling under my thumb and I like the movement in it. I think I will just cut a little piece to size so that it is covering half of my tag. I will glue the side down of the rug tape, but I will leave the flap here on the side from the tea bag a little bit open. Here, can you see? I just have to take the foil off. Done. Dusted. Like it's I can straight glue it onto my tag. Oh, I love this. Okay. It's my favorite material in the moment. And there's just something exciting about this texture and the fact that it is self-adhesive from both sides. Like it feels like the tape is doing half of the creative job just by itself. So, okay. And here's the tea bag. Had been used, sure, but it still carries this warm feeling and even like a scent that instantly grounds me. And even though it's a tea bag, I think I will glue again a little bit of coffee on top of it. Here, this one looks nice. The taller one, the coffee to go. Like I don't have often coffee to go because I like instant coffee. Oh, that's a little bit embarrassing to say this, but there is one in New Zealand called Moccona, and it's honestly, it's my favorite brand. And so I very, very often love making myself an instant coffee. But sometimes I go out for coffee, and that's nice too. This little snippet here says still brewing. And I love how this tag comes together. It's simple, but it holds a feeling of calm and relaxation. And this word still brewing reminds me that not everything's ready when we want it to be. Like sometimes we need more time, or our coffee or our tea needs more brewing or more steaming time. And that's okay. Is it steaming time? I think tea is steeping. Like it's so funny when I'm just talking. Sometimes the words are mixing up. I hope you understand what I mean when I say to steam my tea. What I find nice with the topic of coffee and tea, like with this sensory text, like coffee and tea are beautiful sensory anchors, like the sound of the boiling water when we make them, or afterwards the warmth of the mug or the familiar scent. They help our nervous system settle, like especially when we feel a little bit stressed or when the finishing line starts to feel more like pressure instead of progress that we make. And so, thinking about tea and coffee and like having these focal points like the mugs there allows me to think about these things. And maybe you like to think with me, think about what needs a little bit more brewing in your life right now. What needs a little bit more waiting time, even though you would like to rush it. Here is again the same ribbon, or it's a piece of fabric actually, it's not a proper ribbon, but I like again the rough look of things for my junk journals, and just making a double knot here at the top, cutting the end off, and let's see, let's take number 2. Some finishing touches. I can even roughen it up, making the white a little bit more brownish so that it is fitting to the seam. Number 2. So let's go to take number 3. This is coffee dyed cheesecloth. And of course, this is, we can't miss that when it comes to sensory things in our junk journal. Just cutting off a piece, and it is so soft. It's like a soothing little piece of cloth. And definitely would like to leave it again like it is, like not gluing it down flat, but leaving the texture behind. So every time I'm grabbing this tag, that I can feel it on my fingers. I can feel the smoothness of the texture. If I allow my mind to wander around, it goes to Linus from the Peanuts. I think it was Linus. There was this little boy that had the blanket, the comfort blanket. And this is how the cheesecloth feels to me, like a comforting little cuddly blanket. And so I'm using my art glitter glue because it's so strong, and just gluing it down on the edge here so that the rest can flip around freely. But of course, I think I need to attach the side. I need to hold it down so that it can dry. Even though the glue is very strong, I need to put some clamps around to hold it in place. Otherwise the cheesecloth is not lying flat on the tag, which I don't want. That's exactly what I don't want. Okay, here my little focal point and my Distress Oxide ink. Let's see where I want to put it. Yes, I like that it is a little bit over the top of the cheesecloth. And here's my little saying again. This time it's still unfolding is written on there. It's a reminder that your process isn't over just because you are near the end. So you are still in the process. You are still growing. Not quite there yet. And that's like before. That's okay. Yeah, I like that coffee maker there more on the bottom. Yeah. Often when life feels uncertain or we are nearly at the end of something important, our minds want to rush ahead. But we cannot. We cannot be somewhere where we are not. Our bodies know that. They are asking us to slow down, to breathe, and to notice. So touching something like this, like paper, gluing something down, pressing it down, feeling this cheesecloth, like this frayed, imperfect earthiness that can help us to come back into the present moment. That's why crafting is so wonderful to calm our nervous system. It's such a beautiful way to handle anxiety or distress. And maybe take a deep breath just right now and have a look what part of you is still unfolding, even if you are moving towards completing something. Yeah, I might put it to the side for now. And let's go to the second to last tag number 4. I have here this embossed paper, and this has the structure of like wooden boards, and I thought the structure of the wooden tree thing behind it fits nicely together, and I think the white is having a stronger contrast. So I like to tear a piece off and then use the 2 different textures together, or like it's actually one smooth texture and this roughness there. I love this. And again, the Distress Oxide ink to get the sides more prominent. I like it when it comes a little bit more to the foreground, like here. Yeah, that's exactly what I am after. Okay, let's see what focal point we want to put on here. I like the little heart here on that cup, but the mug here is also nice. Let's see. Our phrase for this tag is 1 zip at a time. That comes from something I often say to clients who feel overwhelmed. You don't have to drink the whole cup in one go. You don't have to do it all at once. Just take the next small step and then the next. So adding this phrase, so next to this warm mug image, I find this turns this tag into like a kind of encouragement card or so. Like no performance pressure, but just being present. So 1 zip at a time. Good. Let's get it down. Art glitter glue it is. Let's start at the base. And yeah, just getting it on the sides. For that, I actually could have used normal craft glue or even my glue stick, but yeah, I started with the art glitter glue and now I can continue with it. Pressing it down. Good, making sure it's all nicely attached. Can you see this? I don't know if you can hear it. I don't think so. It has even the sound to it when I go over it, and it's a beautiful texture. And just getting the little heart mug on. Nice. I find they come nicely together. I'm really curious how it will look like in my junk journal. In therapy, we often talk about resourcing. That means finding the tiny things that help you feel safe or settled. So it could be the sound of you stirring a teapot, or the feel of the ceramic in your hand, or the act just of sitting down while you sip your coffee. And I find like this tag is a reminder for me of this kind of support. So I wonder if I don't want to put all of them in the same junk journal. I wonder which one will end up in my junk journal, and which ones I might even put on a present to a friend, maybe with even an invitation for a coffee. So, and maybe you like to take again a moment to reflect with me. And maybe something like, what's one small delicious step you could take next? Like something that brings you closer to achieving one of your goals or one of your projects. This tiny little ribbon I'm doing here, or I'm tying here on the top, is actually also part of a dried tea bag. So it's really fragile and very soft. I like the combination. Look at this tiny little thing here. I nearly forgot that I have to put the number on the bag. And look here, I need to tidy up as well. It all is a little bit over the edges. Okay, so let's glue the number 96 down on this tag. I think this one I would like to have on the back, not on the front. Yeah, some of them on the front, some of them on the back. Okay, and here we are down to the last one. I love this material here. When I had birthday, I got flowers, and that was around the flowers. It's a mixture out of vellum and velvet. It's see-through, as you can see, and it has the most beautiful texture. Like, yeah, so that was a must actually for my last tag here to use. I don't know where you can get something like that from, but maybe if you are in a flower shop or so, maybe they have something like that. Yeah, and I think I would just like to have it like as a flap, like as a see-through flap, and I think I can just attach it to the top using my stapler. Can just make on the top here 2 staples in it. Just one, cluck, and another one, cluck, and then just cutting off the corners. Done. Yeah, I think I like that. Good. This one's for the perfectionists, like the overdoers. The beautiful humans who never quite feel done. I see you. I know this from myself. This is the last one for today. And so I love this mug there. It's beautiful. I don't want it on the front, I think. I will put it on the back again. But with this mug, the phrase is so important. Enough for today. The phrase "enough for today" came to me like it's I definitely need to have this on my last tag. I think it's one of the hardest truths to accept, so that my effort, my presence, my breath, it's enough. It's like there is a point where it's just enough. I have done enough. So often when clients I'm seeing are working through burnout or grief or so, their nervous system struggles with the concept of rest. They feel, or even I feel, like I think many of us can know this feeling, that we feel we should be doing more, even like healing faster. But in truth, the most transformative healing comes when we stop pushing, when we learn that enoughness isn't earned. Like we need to claim enough is enough. And so this is a beautiful reminder for that for me. It's a beautiful tag. And maybe again, if you like to reflect a little bit with me, can you let today be enough, even if everything isn't tidied up yet, or there are so many things still left on your to-do list? Can you maybe say, no, it's enough for today? Good. Funny thing is that even though I said it's enough for today, I'm looking at it and I think, but there's just one more thing, one more tiny little thing I would like to do. I would like to make a topper on the top here of the little tag. I think I will do this and finish this off camera, and then I come back to you and show you the final 5 tags, a little of a walkthrough or a flip through of what we have done today. And here they are, number 93, with the lace ribbon as a pocket. It has a soft and rough edge here with the little eyelet, a little bit of cheesecloth, all the different textures, and steady. That's the reminder of that tag. Then here we have the rug tape and the dried tea bag. Again, the rough ribbon. And again, like this texture sensation going over it. Then we have tag number 95. That's the coffee dyed cheesecloth, also as a ribbon. Again with a black eyelet and the coffee maker. Even the edges feel really rough and nice to go over. Still unfolding. It's good to be reminded that we are unfolding every moment of our life. One zip at a time. And here, this paper. Can you see the structure here on the side? Again, such a beautiful sensation on my fingers when I go over the rough edges here. And the juxtaposition to the top softness of this little ribbon. Beautiful. And then we have the last one, my favorite one. It has the velvety feeling. Here a little bit of cheesecloth to finish it off. We can open it up. Enough for today. So that brings us to the end, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it if you like, and subscribe if you like to see more of these videos. I will link the start of the playlist for the 100 tags in 100 days, and I hope to see you at the beginning and next week at the end of my series.